class 9. Welcome to English class. Today we are going to talk about a new chapter, Reach for the Top. Reach for the Top, written by Santosh Yadav. Okay, he is not a foreign writer, he is an Indian writer. Acha. Now, reach for the top means when you are trying to reach the destination which you have dreamt, once you have dreamt to reach off. That is, this is the story all about. If a person determines to do something, then nobody can stop the person from doing that. This is the true fact, and we have seen many examples in our life, that live examples that tells us that determination can fulfill all dreams and your aim in life. So let's see what the story tells about this. The only woman in the world who has scaled Mount Everest twice, scaled means who has reached to the top of the Everest. Scaled mane otha. Mount Everest twice, was born in a society where the birth of a son was regarded as a blessing. It is very painful incident or painful fact that our country is so much developed. We people are claiming to be one of the intellectuals who are becoming modern from their mind, heart, and mentality. But nowadays, also, there are still now some places where girls are not being considered to be a part of society. Whenever a girl takes birth, then we feel that it's a what should I say? It's a curse, it's a pressure, it's a burden, which the more quickly we are going to put it down from our head and family or life, that will be much better. So, this story also belonged from that specific time when girls were considered in much more huge amount to be a curse and burden in the society, and boys were given all the privileges and support, love, care, then affection. Okay. And a daughter, thou not considered a curse, was not generally welcomed. Okay, then probably she was not considered to be the curse, but people were not very happy to get a daughter as a offspring. When her mother was expecting, Santosh, a traveling holy man, giving her his blessing, assumed that she wanted a son. But to everyone's surprise, the unborn child's grandmother, who was standing close by, told him that they did not want a son. The holy man was also surprised. Nevertheless, he gave the requested blessing, and as destiny would have it, the blessing seemed to work. Santosh was born the sixth child in a family with five sons, a sister, five brothers. She was born in the small village of Zoniawaz of Rewari district in Haryana. Now, we all know that Haryana, Punjab, they are not so much developed. Still, few people are there who consider girls to be a curse in the family because they have a conception that लड़कियां आती हैं दुनिया में काम करने के लिए, घर में पहले शादी से पहले पिता का घर संभालो, शादी के बाद पति का घर संभालो, बच्चे, माँ, बस जीवन खत्म. So this is the conception which this people, I'm not telling that all the people are like that, but in some rare district there are conceptions like this. So Santosh was born in that family, but very astonishingly, I'm telling you, her grandmother was very modern. Once, when her mother was conceived, I mean, she was carrying stage, One priest or saint came to her house, and her grandmother told that I don't want a son, I want a daughter, granddaughter. And the saint blessed her. Okay, may God fulfill your wish. And the blessing came true, and Santosh took birth. After five brothers, Santosh was the first daughter. The girl was given the name Santosh. Santosh means, actually, the word Santosh means tripti, something that gives you peace, something that gives you, what should I say? Something that gives you a soothing feeling. Wow, it's great. Something that you have achieved after a long, long prayer. Okay, that is Santosh. Tripti, you can say in one word, which means contentment. But Santosh was not always content with her place in a traditional way of life. She began living life on her own terms from the start. Where other girls wear traditional Indian dresses, Santosh preferred shorts. Looking Looking back, she says now, from the very beginning, I was quite determined that if I choose a correct and a rational path, the others around me had to change, not me. What a good conception she was having. From the very beginning, she had a conception or idea, you can say, that if I'll choose a correct rational path means when I am choosing or selecting a path which is um, good, different, and a bit challenging, you can say, then people will not ask me to change. Rather, they will change themselves because the path where I'll walk forward will enthusiasm them or will give them the flavor of the new style, and there they will mold them, a part of molding me. Understood? Santosh's parents were affluent means they were quite rich, you can say, landowners who could afford to send their children to the best schools, even to country's capital, New Delhi, which was quite close by. But in line with the prevailing custom in the family, Santosh had to make do with the local village school. So she decided to fight the system in her own quiet way when the right moment arrived. And the right moment came when she turned 16. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. Santosh was also under pressure from her parents to do the same. Now, see, thou she belonged to a very affluent family, a well to do family, and her grandmother was also very modern. She, a part of demanding a boy, she wanted a granddaughter. But then also, Santosh had to face some problems, some genuine problems, like her brothers were being sent to the capital, that is Delhi, which was nearby to Punjab, but she was not given the preference to go. She had been given get herself admitted, or she was rather forced to get herself admitted in village school, where she completed her education. And at the age of 16, when all the girls were being in the situation to get themselves married, Santosh was also being pressured from the family. Rather, her mother and father were pressuring her to get herself engaged. But she revolted. A marriage as early as that was the last thing on her mind. She threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. When her parents refused to pay for her education, she politely informed them of her plans to earn money by working part time to pay her school fees. Her parents then agreed to pay for her education. See, when you are going to bring a change in the society, when you are going to bring a turn in the family, then you have to face struggles. You have to face or overcome obstacles. And so Santosh also had the same thing. She went to Delhi and she enrolled her name in Delhi school. But her guardians refused to pay her fees. Then she threatened them, fine, if you are not giving my fees, I just don't care. I'm going to do a part time job. I'll manage my fees, but I'll continue my studies over here. Don't you think that if you will not pay me the fees, I'll stop my education and go back and get myself engaged with someone? Don't feel that because I'm not going to do so. And finally, her guardian agreed. When they found that she is quite determined to continue her studies, then they thought that it's useless. Wishing always to study a bit more, and with her father slowly getting used to her urge for more education, Shantos passed the high school examination and went to Jaipur. She joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba Hostel. Santosh remembers Kasturba Hostel faced the Aravali Hills. Aravali Hills. I used to watch villagers from my room going up the hill and suddenly vanishing after a while. One day I decided to check it out by myself. I found nobody except a few mountaineers. I asked if I could join them. To my pleasant surprise, they answered in the affirmative and motivated me to take the climbing. See how interesting it is. She got herself admitted in Maharani College and there she got a room in Kasturba Hostel. Now, from hostel window, every day she used to follow a few people rising up the Aravali mountains, and after some time they were getting vanished. She could not follow them anymore. So one day she decided to go and find out what actually the matter is. And when the mountaineers were rising up, she told them, may I please join you? And they agreed gladly. Then there was no looking back for this determined young girl. She saved money and enrolled in a course of Uttarakshi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. My college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May, and I was supposed to be in Uttarakshi on the 21st. So I did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. I had to write a letter of apology to my father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled in Uttar Kashi. Uttarkashi is a mountaineering school where people are taught to do the trekking. And she got herself enrolled in that institute because she wanted to learn trekking. And without her father's permission, she has done that. So, as soon as her exam finished, she wrote a letter of apology to her father that, Father, without your concern, I got myself enrolled in an institute of mountaineering that is Uttarkashi, and I believe you will definitely support me. So you see, just watching through the window and determining by herself that I'm going to learn the mountaineering, she did that. So determine in your mind that you want to get good marks, and if you really want to get good marks, nobody can stop you from getting that. This is the half of the lesson. Still half is left that we will finish in our next session. Okay. Till then, stay tuned, be healthy. Thank you.